Hello and welcome again to the YouTube channel of IQCIVILS IAS Academy. IQCIVILS IAS Academy, which has been reviewed as number one civil services institute in the northeastern region in terms of high quality teaching. I am Vikram Singh and I am mentor at the IQCIVILS IAS Academy. And today in this video, we will discuss about the recent news of history and art and culture. With discussion, we will also see the various facts and associated concepts of these topics in this video. So before going forward, let's have a look of the various projects which have been successfully filled by the and completed by the IQ Civil Science Academy, including the prestigious Assam Administrative Staff College pre-examination coaching program. These are some Google reviews and the overall rating of the IQ Civil Science Academy is 4.9, which is very good. These are the panel of faculty which have the leading faculty from all over India. And in the elite panel, IQ Civil Science Academy also have the various bureaucrats like IS and PCS for the mentorship. You can contact the respective numbers and persons for any query regarding IQ Civil Science Academy. So let's start. It is an article which has been published in The Hindu on September 14, 2022. And the heading of the article is 24-year-old Nike era stone inscription found near Theni. The stone slab was originally installed at Pandya Meenakshi Sundareshwara temple. So basically, it is associated with the Nayak dynasty. Okay, Nayak or Nayaka dynasty, which was during 16th to 18th century. Okay, which had 13 rulers. Okay, so let's have a look about the complete article. Then we will do some exercise or will know some facts, additional facts about the Nayaka dynasty and the prominent style of temple architecture, which is also known as Nayakar style of Tamil architecture or the Dravid architecture. The stone slab was originally installed at Pandya Meenakshi Sundareshwara Temple. A team of faculty from Mannar Tirumalai Nayakar College in Madurai recently discovered a 14-year-old Nayak era stone inscription at a temple near Rajdhani village at Andipatti Taluk at Theni. The stone slab, which had inscription on both sides, was originally installed at Pandya Meenakshi Sundareshwara temple in the vicinity. However, the temple on Andipatti Velapakorai road is now dilapidated condition. Unaware of its significance, the local committee has installed the 3 feet high stone inscription at Vinayanagar temple. The inscription in Tamil could have been inscribed in early quarter of 17th century. As I have told you, the Nayaka century time period was from 16th to 18th century. Okay, so it is 17th century. Important is it have a Vaishnav symbol, the sun, the moon, and a lotus flower with blurred letters. The inscription that were read with the help of retired archaeologist Dr. C. Santhalingam talk about the Katamanaikanur Palayakarar Virendra Kandama Naika. Okay, you can short it as KPV Naika. Having received a donation from, it is important, Muthu Virappa Naik, a 6th century ruler of Madurai Naik kingdom. Sixth ruler. Okay, and I have told you that there were 13 rulers. So out of which it was the sixth ruler in 1621 to 22 AD. That is C, common era. Moreover, the inscription revealed that a bounded land of Kadam, Kadamanayaka Kanur, a patti for keeping cattle, was donated to Brahmins and temples. Stating some stone sculptures were found scattered in the surrounding areas. The team said that further exploration would throw new life at Kadamnaka Kanur local administration. So basically, it was a temple. It was a inscription found, and this belongs, as I have told you, from the Nayak dynasty, okay, or Nayaka dynasty. Nayak was basically the military commanders or military governors under Vijayanagara Empire. So the rise of the Nayaka or Nayaka dynasty was after the downfall of Vijayanagara Empire. Okay, and they had many branches. The one which we are talking about is the Nayakas of Madurai and having the capital at Madurai. Okay, and the reign was at Tamil Nadu. Move to the temples, we found the Nayaka temple in Virabla style. The style which was prevalent in the southern states, especially Tamil Nadu, okay, southern of Andhra, Karnataka, and Kerala. So, and the speciality of Dravida style is Gopuram. And in Nayaka period, the Gopuram was, what is the Gopuram? If you see a boundary, like it is boundary of a Dravid temple, we see a very large structure or very tall structure. Okay, and it goes up. Okay, so it is called Gopuram, or these are the gates. Okay, like these are gates, like this. So these are Gopuram, and in Nayaka period, the Gopuram are very large. We found the largest Gopuram in Meenakshi temple at Madurai. So Gopuram is the main specialty of Nayakas. It is the specialty of Dravid style, but the largest Gopuram or very large Gopurams are the style of Nayaka sub-style of Dravida temple architecture. Along with this, we found many sculptures at Nayaka temples. Along with this, we found intricate carving We also found huge corridors, which is called Parakaram. Okay, these are the roofed corridor for some circumambulatory around the Garbhagriha or Sanctum Sanctorum. Okay, so these are the some specialties of Nayaka sub-style of Dravid style of temple architecture. And the inscription is associated with the Nayaka dynasty, which is a, maybe said as donative inscription. Let's move to the another topic. It is in Hindu, September 10, 2022, archaeologist B.B. Lal passes away. At the Padam Vibhushan awardee Professor Lal works formed the basis of argument that the Ram temple exists in the place where Babri Masjid once stood. Eventually, a Supreme Court verdict paved way for constructing a temple in the disputed site, with Muslim being compensated with land elsewhere. The Archaeological Survey of India noted that Lal contribution to archaeology was beyond measure. The contribution of Padam Vibhushan Professor B.B. Lal in archaeology is beyond measure. A Dayan in his field, he devoted his entire 101-year life to the subject. He may be gone, but his work lives on and will continue to teach and influence generation to come. Our homage to great soil, said ASI in a tweet. So, Professor B.B. Lal was the director of ASI from 1968 to 1972. We see there are some important books, notable books by Professor B.B. Lal, like New Light on the Dark Age of Indian History from Meghalith, South India, the Meghalith graves, to Harappan, okay, Harappan civilization, which was the first urban civilization. Indian archaeology since independence, the copper hot culture of Ganga Valley, weathering weathering and preservation of stone monument under tropical conditions, scientific examination of work of art and history, frontiers of Indus civilization. India new light on Indian civilization. Actually, Professor Lal was very prominent for the excavation of a site, Kali Bangan, in Harappa civilization. Kali Bangan, which literally means black bangles. A Saraswati flow on the continuity of the culture. सरस्वती जो अभी रिवर जो है वो नहीं है, लेकिन ऐसा माना जाता है द कोर्स ऑफ घग्गर in Rajasthan is the remnant of the civilization. Then excavation of Kalibanga, we were talking about the homeland of Aryan, which is very debated issue. Evidence of Rigvedic flora and fauna. Drama, its historicity, Mandir and Setu. Evidence of literature, archaeology and other science. History of Mahabharata. Evidence. Okay, Mahabharata means Hastinapur. The Rigvedic people, invaders or immigrants or indigenous. Excavation at Kalibanga as I have told you, Kaushambi revisited, Kaushambi, the later capital of Kuru, and Mesolithic to the Mahajanpad age. Mahajanpad age, we found the 16 Mahajanpadas at the time of Buddha, that is 6th century BC, and this is also connected with the NBPW. Northern black polish ware put. We will see in the our next videos. So before going forward, let's have a look at the article which was published in Hindu 2014 and updated 2019. Mahabharata sites continue to have the same names even today by Professor Bibila. The former ASI Director General launched the first excavation at Purana Kila site, which is known to be built by Pandavas. As we know that the New Delhi, that the Delhi name was Indraprasth, which was the capital of Pandavas. Purana Kala site at 1954-55, in which he found structures ascribable to Gupta, Kushana, and Shunga period. As Delhi chapter of Archaeology Survey of India seeks to establish the existence of Indraprastha and show evidence of Mahabharata period, that ongoing excavation at Purana Kila site, its team members have a lot to learn from eminent archaeologist Professor Bibila. The former ASI Director General launched the first excavation at the Purana Kila site in 1954-55, in which he found a structure ascribable to Gupta, Kushana, and Shunga period. The trial excavation was alongside the passage leading down to Watergate in the eastern fortification wall of Purana Kila. The trial trench revealed that below the northern black polished ware, which I have told you, okay, level lay the remain of painted grey ware culture, which is before the NBPW. Between the south of Purana Killa and Humayun Tomb, there is an open area from where a number of painted grey ware were discovered. It was here that the oldest settlement began. Professor Lal said that the polished grey ware is the earliest common pottery connecting all the Mahabharata sites. It is important at Hastinapur, Mathura, Kurukshetra, and Kampilya. In 1951-52, Professor Lal carried out excavation at Hastinapur, situated in Meerut district. Interestingly, the excavation at Hastinapur revealed that around 800 BC, a heavy flood of Ganga destroyed a considerable portion of painted gravel. And then the Kurul clade transferred his capital to Kaushambi. We will see. The evidence clearly established that the Purana Kila and its southern neighborhood represent Indraprasth of Mahabharata time. In fact, right up to 1947, a village named Indrapat exists inside the Purana. The name was derived from ancient Indraprasth, which we have discussed just. In 1951-52, Professor Lal carried out excavation at Hastinapur, situated in Meerut district. Interestingly, okay, I think we have done this. Excavation at Hastinapur revealed the Ahavi-fed Ganga destroyed the considerable portion of polished grey ware. Pointed out the combined evidence of archaeology and literature established the historicity of Mahabharata. Professor Lal set up to the faithful everything mentioned in the epic is true as its later. However, skeptics insist that Mahabharata is nothing more than a figment of someone's imagination. All the sites associated with the mythological epic continue to have some nomenclature even till this day. Pointed out the combined evidence of archaeology establishes the historicity of Mahabharata. Lal said, the faithful, everything mentioned here is true to his letter. Okay, yeah, previous slide here. Let's come to one. So it is Hastinapur. We found the various strata in the Hastinapur, like we found the fragment of OCP, then PGW, house wall of mud bricks. Then we found the traces of NBPW. Then the other. So see how much the cultural heritage Hastinapur have. And this Hastinapur, which was ruled by Kurukle. And in Kurukle, we found the various important kings like Parikshit and his son Janmeja. Moreover, this we found the last king Nichakshu, who after flooding, a heavy flood, which Professor Lal was talking about, after the heavy flood in Hastinapur, he transferred his capital to Kaushan. So these were some facts about the Hastinapur. Now come to another topic, that is after a century, ASI start removing sand from Konark Sun Temple. It is the article in Hindu in September 9, 2022. So we see the temple, which is built by Chod Ganga rulers. Okay, we will talk about first we finish this. First we finish this title or this article. A century after the British has filled the Jagmohan, that is Assembly Hall. Okay, it is a feature of Kalinga style of temples, which is a sub-style of Nagara style of Konark Sun Temple, the world's heritage site with sand to prevent the structure from collapsing in Odisha. An archaeological survey of India began the process to emptying the sand for repairing the vulnerable portion of the structure. A special puja was performed before commencing one of the most challenging tasks the ASI had ever taken. Sand execution begins after years of consultation, scientific research, and scanning the structure with modern technology. We have started the process of removal of sand from Jagmohan from first day. It would take 3 years from complete evacuation of sand from structure, said the ASI superintendent archaeologist Arun Mani. The ASI is erecting a working platform for the work and checking of structural stability of the 13th century temple. A tunnel will be created from the western side at the height of 14 meters to reach out the sand. As per the plan, the sand and debris would be loaded into motorized trolley. Gantry crane would download the taken out sand to the ground level and a trolley with the sand and debris would go out of the premise. According to the engineer, temporary support would be given to the structure during the gradual removal of sand. In the in the end, fabricated stainless steel beam would be fitted inside the Jagmohan, that is assembly hall, in which various rituals were performed. Okay. Observing that the Konark temple structure was crumbling, the British created a wall inside the Jagmohan and filled it with river sand, presuming that the sand would start taking the load in 1903. It was the best security measure available at that time. However, the sand settled down, not fulfilling the object of supporting the structure. Instead, the sand load exerted a lot of pressure on the sidewall. So it was necessary to take out the sand to preserve the structure. It is to be noted that the main Konark Sub temple has already collapsed. According to ASI, a long pending challenging task of removing the sand from the Jagmohan of the Sun Temple, Konark, has been taken up. The project of being executed after the approval of the Director General of ASI for successful execution of work, IIT Madras and the engineers, these are the stakeholders which are helping. For successful execution of work, IIT Madras and the engineer of the state have been involved for rendering technical advice to the ASI, said the Apex Conservation Agency. Opinion have also been obtained from experts, including renowned archaeologists, engineers, and architects through seminars regarding the removal of sand from the inner side of the Jagmohan. After that only, the ASI is going to evacuate the sand with the simultaneous structural repair of the vulnerable portion. After completion of work, the esteemed visitors of the globe will be get an opportunity to have the glance of the tent, ASI said. Konark is known for its intricate stone carving, which attract tourists from all over the world. The temple was granted the World Heritage Site status by UNESCO in 1984. The ASI has been carrying out conservation works after the site was handed over to it in 1936. So it was the complete article. Let's have the look of the Konark Sun Temple. So Konark Sun Temple, it was built by Narasimhadev Chodgan. Okay, it was basically Chodgan Ganga dynasty, and the dynasty was established by Anantavar, Anantavarman Chodagang, Chodagang. Okay, and this Ananta Ganga Chodavarma built the Jagannath temple at Puri. Okay, the Chodganga dynasty was also called as the Eastern Gang dynasty. Okay, so it is, and there's a beautiful sun temple having Navgriha temple and 24 beads. And we found many other temple, sun temples in India, like Modera Sun Temple, that is in Gujarat. Okay. That is Suryanar Temple, that is in Kumbhakonam. Okay. Kumbhakonam in Tamil Nadu. Okay. That is Suryanarayan Temple, that is in Andhra Pradesh. A sun temple at Almora, Uttarakhand. Dakshinark temple, that is in Bihar. Surya Pahar temple, that is in Assam. And Martan Sun temple, and Kashmir, and some other sun temples. So it was the article. And if you like the video, then like it, share it, and subscribe the channel of IQ Civil Science Academy. For the PDF of this video, you can connect with the official Telegram channel of IQ Civil Science Academy. Thanks for watching.